Okay, in this video I'm going to show you how to get the case study part 2 starter file that you need and how to create a query, an action query that will update parts of this database. So what you need to do is go to modules and then go to case study overview, and then you need to scroll down to part 2 where you then click on case study part 2 starter file. Get that and download it. Okay, and it might ask you, if depending what browser, after mine uploaded at the top right of my screen, I clicked on it and then I just click on OK here. Yours might just open right up. Okay, so what you have here, let's look at database tools. You have the solution to the week 1, the part 1 case study file that you submitted in week 4. In case you got it wrong, you would use this file right here that I've just given you. Go in here, delete copy of appointments. You don't need that. Just right click on it, go to delete. It's not required. Okay, so the first query we want to do is an action query. Let's just assume that we have this table appointments and it's got all this data in it, and Hershey General Clinic has just received a huge donation from Arnold Palmer. And so what we're going to do is we want to rename Hershey General Clinic wherever it's mentioned in the appointments table, and we want to rename it to be Arnold Palmer General or Arnold Palmer Clinic. That's the new name. Okay. Now with only 2 rows, it'd be easy just to type that in. Here, but in real life you'll have tables with thousands of rows and sometimes you need to change a value. That's when this type of query would be handy. So I'm going to enable content. I'm not going to do any relationship savings, no. And then I'm going to go to create and I'm going to go to query design. Then I'm going to grab the appointments table and I'm going to put it on my query design window. And I'm going to expand it so I can see all the different columns in it. And then I'm going to drag the location and I'm going to put it down right here. Okay, put my mouse inside it and then go to the update query. I want to update this to Arnold Palmer Clinic. Make this a little wider so I can see it. And that's if it was previously called Hershey General Clinic. And you have to spell Hershey General Clinic exactly the way it's spelled in the data that we just looked at in the appointments table. Okay, now that I have that, what I can do is I can then go to the Run button. And it's telling me that I can update 2 rows. There were 2 rows that had Hershey General Clinic. Well, after we press this Yes button and go back to the appointments table, we'll see that the Arnold Palmer Clinic is the new name of those 2 rows. So we click on Yes. And now when we open up the appointments table, you can see that those 2 rows that were formerly called Hershey General Clinic are now named Arnold Palmer Clinic. Okay? And so then I'm going to shut that down. I'm going to right click on this query and I'm going to close it. It's going to ask me to save it. So I'm going to save this as update query example. Click on OK. And there you go. Now if you try to run it again, look what happens. Yes. It says you're about to update 0 rows. That's because you already ran this, so there's no more Hershey General Clinic in that appointments table anymore to update, because it's already been updated to Arnold Palmer. Okay, so that's not a mistake. If you click on update query example again, then it's not a mistake if it says it will update 0 rows. So we click on no. And that's how you would do the action query in Microsoft Access for case study part 2.